On this week's video, we are going to be focusing on this corner of our dining room. So we have this bar cart currently that we got off of Amazon. The drawer doesn't slide very well, the bottom sags. In general, it needs to go in the garbage. So we're gonna be building a console table that is gonna fill its place. Again, it's just gonna be for decor, put a vase on or something along those lines. Thinking we're gonna go white oak with this one to match our table and our beams that we have in the same room, just to tie everything together. But let's go to the hardwood supplier and see what they got. We just got back from the hardwood supplier. We ended up going with these two white oak boards. They're about, it's not proper lingo, but they're like 2x8 by 8s basically. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna orient the grain how we want the end table to look. And then we're gonna cut about a 30-inch section. That's gonna be our top. We're gonna joint those boards together. So let's play with the grain, see what we like best, and then let's get cutting. Hopefully we don't mess up because this was basically a car payment. So we played around a little bit with all of the grain on our pieces of wood. What we landed on is this. So at this, I think the color matches the best between the two pieces, as well as the grain direction. So I think it's gonna look pretty slick in the end product. So what we need to do now is we need to cut out our top pieces and our two legs. We have to joint these boards, and it's a lot easier to joint and straighten shorter boards than these long boards. We get a lot more material that way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut out a 40-inch section of both boards. That's gonna become our top, and then the remainder will be our legs. And then we're gonna get these all squared up and ready to glue. All right, with all of our sections broken down into their smaller pieces, the top and the legs, now if we put our pieces together, we can see there's a lot smaller gap that we need to get out when we joint these. So again, it just allows us to get a lot more out of our material by breaking them down into the smaller pieces before we go in and mill them. Now, I don't own a joiner or a track saw, but this is a tip I picked up on how to join boards. I take a scrap piece of angle iron and screw it to the piece of wood. The angle iron then gives us a straight edge we can run along our table saw fence. Once we have our first straight edge, we can now flip all of those boards and cut all of our pieces to their final width, making sure we have two clean edges. So we got these two boards jointed up with that kind of table saw sled you guys saw. And again, you don't need a joiner, you don't need a track saw. I mean, that's a very tight joint. Again, just using a table saw and a piece of angle iron. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna repeat this exact same process for our legs, and then we're gonna get to gluing these up. Okay, we got all of our boards jointed. We picked out the best edges that we want to go together. So what we need to do now is we need to lay all of our pieces out and strike some lines with our square because we're gonna be joining these together, obviously with glue, but we're also gonna use some biscuits to help us with alignment. So obviously we need to get us some lines so we can cut in our grooves with our biscuit joiner. So let's get those laid out and then let's get cutting those. All right, so if you're unfamiliar with a biscuit joiner, what the biscuit joiner does is it essentially cuts a little slot. So as you can see here, there's some teeth that cut a little groove. And then once those grooves are cut, obviously even on all of our boards, we insert biscuits with some glue. And these aren't gonna really do much for strength, but they're definitely gonna help us align these boards when we go to glue them up. So let's get all these biscuits cut and finally get to gluing. So as you saw, we got our table cut to its final dimensions. And so what we need to do now is we need to take our legs. We're gonna have about an inch or so reveal on either side, the front and back of the tabletop. So our tabletop is 15¼ inches. So let's cut these legs down to 13¼ get this table mocked up and see how it looks. And then we'll go from there if we wanna make any adjustments. Here we have the table upside down and are using our combination square to ensure our legs are square to our top. Once we have our leg locations marked, we'll then mark the location we want all of our dowels to go. Okay, so we got everything glued up, as you saw. I'm actually really satisfied with the strength of the table. Those dowels made it super strong. There's really no rocking back and forth at all. I was a little bit worried just given that there's no stretchers or any aprons on this table. But again, it's super strong. What we need to do now is we just need to get this thing sanded. We're only going to go up to about, I'd say probably about 150. We're going to end up finishing this with Rubio Monocoat, and that's what the manufacturer recommends. So now the fun part, everybody's favorite, sanding. We're going to sand this, run through our grits. We're going to end up going with just a softened edge. I was going to go with a round over, but I think for the look that we're going for, just breaking down those sharp edges is what we're going to go with. So let's get to sanding and then move on to finishing. Finish this table off, we're going to go with Rubio Monocoat in the color Natural. This has a touch of white in it that's going to offset the darkening from the oil. Simply mix part A and part B, and then we're going to rub it on with a credit card and a little bit of blue Scotch-Brite in some of the nooks and crannies we can't get to. And then simply let this sit for a couple minutes, and then we're going to buff it off with a clean terry cloth. That is going to do it for this week's video. I think the table turned out exactly like the restoration hardware one that we were going for, and we managed to save about $1,600 by doing it ourselves. As always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment below any future projects you want to see on the channel. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next week.